And we are live. I hope you guys are as pumped for this as I am. This is biggest event of my life. I never thought that I would be here on this stage getting ready to present such a monumental achievement. And it's literally a book that I know is going to help so many veterans out there. It's literally my entire life's plan thrown into a book so that you guys can have it. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me on this live book launch event. If you're not here live, I'm so happy that you're watching the recording. It's going to be something life-changing out there. I cannot wait anymore to share this with you guys because it's going to be an epic event. So here we go. Here. Let's go ahead and get the presentation going. So you see that guy right there? Well, that guy right there, he wasn't always so happy. He wasn't always so just pleased with the environment around him because after he got out of the military, he had no idea what he was doing. Literally, SFL TAP had failed him. Most of the Army information had failed him. Literally, the VA information had failed him. The medical system had failed him. He had no clue what to do, but he looks pretty happy now, right? Like, can't even believe that I literally am achieving all these things that I'm achieving. So let's jumping right into it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Cody Huffman. I was a 8-year active duty Army officer, field artillery, branch detail, as well as MI in my later career. Now, why only 8 years? Well, I had gotten injured as a second lieutenant as a butter bar and had a severe spinal injury, which is why I slur sometimes and why I have horrible headaches. But it literally was an injury we didn't find out about until I got to Fort Riley, Kansas. All that being said, that's what inspired this book. Literally, I could not have done it without that injury happening, without all of the events that led up to that to create this life that I am creating right now. And I want this to be a plan for every single veteran out there who needs to maximize their benefits, who needs help starting their business as a veteran, because there's so many options, especially in government contracting. You can be service-disabled veteran-owned small business as well as veteran-owned small business, and just start living your dreams and going to these amazing places like you can see in the picture. That was me in Costa Rica literally just a couple weeks ago. It so beautiful there. Definitely recommend anyone out there going, but it's all achievable if you just follow the plan. So jumping up over to the next step. Now, why do I have a picture of boots on here? Well, this is very simple. These boots just aren't representing any old journey. These boots are the journey that every single veteran has to take in order to figure out what their life is going to be after the service. This is something that most veterans take forever to learn. Literally, I know family members, I have grandfather, my father, 30 plus years they were underrated by the VA system. And that's only one piece of this book, one single small piece that just gets you started. But it's all a journey after you get out of the service. You have to learn everything on your own because there is an abundance of information, but there is no real structure. There is no real plan. And that's what this book actually is going to solve for so many veterans, because it's exactly what I've been telling veterans all along, and it's worked. It's worked for myself. The entire book is literally becoming true because it was a contract I made with myself. Now, like I was saying, so many of my friends, so many of my relatives, so many of all of the service members that I have served with, they just cannot find their path after the service. Well, this From Service to CEO literally helps you with that. It allows you to have those big dreams, to create those goals that you're looking for. And literally, I created all this information so that every single veteran out there can just absolutely thrive based on the information provided. So that's really what I'm doing this for, is for my family, my friends, to help those 18 million veterans out there who do not have that sense of purpose, those current active duty soldiers who don't know what they're going to do after they leave the service, as well as anyone who is planning to join the service straight out of high school and create that actual life plan for themselves, because it works. That is one thing I cannot understate. It legitimately works. Now, what my book has, it literally has the backdoor secrets, literally everything that I had to do, everything I had to figure out, the TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures, literally everything you have to figure out as a veteran getting out of the service in order to adapt to civilian life, as well as start that business, learn the VA system, and just thrive in life after you get out of the service. Because what have you lost once you leave the service? Well, you've lost your brotherhood. You've lost your connection. You've spent so much time in the service. You have so many friends that only know the service. They don't know the outside. So this is what this book is for, is literally a guide through the maze, a step-by-step plan with the tactics, techniques, and procedures that I've had to learn the hard way. We'll get to that later on how much money that has actually cost me, so that you guys can see exactly what you're getting from this book and the savings that it just completely understated savings that you'll have just by reviewing it. Now, just as James Bond breaks barriers, because I was a huge childhood fan of James Bond, I absolutely love the international man of mystery, the lifestyle that he's been able to live, the fast cars, the foreign women. Gotta say, my girlfriend is absolutely the best. So I'm so happy that she is with me on this call right now. Like, she's listening in the background, probably sending all sorts of messages. So you have helped me live that James Bond lifestyle. I absolutely am super appreciative of my amazing girlfriend. Now, there are so many top barriers that veterans must face. But the top 5 barriers that a veteran must face as soon as they get out of the service is A, fighting the VA for your disability. Now, most veterans now actively getting out of the service have medical records, but that's not always true. These medical records, they get lost, they get destroyed, they get damaged, they get not updated, and they cause you all sorts of grief when you get out. So that is the top, number 1 barrier that veterans first have to solve, because that is the first pillar of creating this lifestyle. Second pillar, what are your benefits? What are your true benefits? Because the SFL TAP, they never tell you what your true benefits are. Now, in the middle, about the first half of the book, there is a complete roll-up of the individual TTPs that I have used and the benefits that I have used and am getting ready to use in order to maximize my potential, as well as break over those thresholds that I've been trying to do. Now, that leads us to our third one. Well, the third barrier is your network was the military. You no longer have a network once you get out, because you have to go to civil service. You have to get to the civilian side of the house, join corporate, where your network basically means nothing. There are some contracts out there that allow you to be a military veteran and actually allow you to support yourself with the same network that you have provided. Helps if you're a senior officer or a senior NCO, because you have a bigger Rolodex, as they say, of people that you can actually bring into the company and other businesses that you can bring in. But network, that's one of your biggest things that you're going to have a downfall. Well, this book helps with that too, because you never know what mentors are going to come into your life, what financial advisors are going to come into your life, and what steps they can actually lead you down in order to create maximum benefit for yourself and for your family. Because I know there are people out there who truly only care about how is their family going to earn that next paycheck. And that is something that I want this book to go ahead and solve. Now, the fourth barrier, that's very, very simple. Well, every single veteran getting out of the military is dealing with some sort of mental disorder. They're dealing with some sort of anxiety, depression, basically conversion issues, just coming to the civilian side of the house. As you can see in the book, when you actually go ahead and you read some of these chapters, you're going to see a veteran go from getting out, being lost, being hopeless, having that depressed stage that every single veteran can relate to, and growing out of it, all thanks to the people around him basically girlfriend, family, mentors, everybody who helps him create that dream that he is actually trying to provide for everyone else around him. Create that company based on that service disabled veteran owned small business status and that certificate. It is just an amazing story that I don't know why I couldn't put it on the paper before, but had to be done. Now, the fifth pillar. What is the fifth pillar? Well, the fifth pillar, going back to the mentorship, going back to the guidance, well, you have to have the right mentors in place in order to push you over the edge so that you're willing to start that business, so that you're willing to go get help for your mental issues that you may or may not have as a veteran. And also to be able to take the right financial investments that are available only to veterans. There's so many things out there that just people don't know about. And I've included the tactics, techniques, and procedures inside of the book so that you guys have those steps, so that you're not questioning anything that maybe SFL Tab kind of half told you, maybe a little bit alluded to, but you actually have a concrete TTP to go off of. Now, what's the important thing about this? Well, this presentation is only going to happen once because I literally cannot afford to do it more than once. So this is a legitimate thing. We had to fight to get the book down to the price that it's going to be at, which is going to come later in the actual presentation. So stay to the end. You're not going to want to miss it because this is literally a one-time offering that I can give you. It literally is only going to happen once. After that, I have to raise it to the next level. It has to go to the full valuation. So you guys are going to get a huge, huge surprise at the end of this. And I cannot understate that. So make sure you stay to the end. I won't take up too much of your time because, well, I'm a little bit jet lagged. So let's get this done. Now, what I was saying, there's a flood of misinformation out there for all the veterans, whether it be Facebook groups full of sad pity stories and things that just don't help most veterans, whether it be false information, a overabundance of actual good information, but just an overabundance of it so veterans don't know where to start. Well, my book presents that fresh and accurate perspective. The legitimate plan that I am doing currently, as well as everything that I have done to create what I am currently sitting at, literally as of Costa Rica, on the 4th of October, I hit that 7-figure mark. On paper, of course, but literally I hit that 7-figure mark just by following the steps in the book. So that's all you have to do. That's literally it. I summarized all the information that I had to drill through for the last 4 years into this book so that I could go ahead and give you guys the most accurate information you have out there so that you guys can literally go step by step, TTP by TTP, and make the same thing happen because it's repeatable. I've watched other veterans do it. I'm still watching other veterans do it. There's actually a few veterans that were in my last unit. There's a plaque up there, and for 1-7, I am watching those veterans do it, and they are doing it live too. They are creating their own goals and their own lifestyle just based off of pretty much the same steps that I'm doing. So it is a repeatable process that anyone can do. No, don't get me wrong. I've had my embarrassing moments. Back in 2019, October, right before I got out, I decided, well, you know what? Let's dabble my hand into stock trading. Who else out there has tried to do short-term trading or do swing trading or any of those things, any of the gimmicks that are out there that don't really work? Well, I legitimately had a huge computer desk that was set up with multiple screens so I could track all the charts in the world. And I thought I was going to be the biggest stock investor of all time and literally just be able to trade my way to $1 billion. Well, go to figure, I ended up losing some money. So that was the first thing that I did. As soon as I was getting out of the military, I decided that I was going to try and invest. And I ended up losing roughly about $34,000 based off of the principal that I had in there, which brought me down to zilch. Literally starting my entire civilian side of the house with zilch. Nothing. That's where I started. And then I had the audacity to just hold some of those stocks Some of them are coming back, but a lot of the investments had to be built up from an additional initial principal that I had generated just by getting an overseas job. Now, this initial principal had led to most of my investments, which led to my initial $500,000 net worth, which I announced on the YouTube channel about 2.5 months ago or so. But literally, it all started with the most embarrassing thing in the world. My friends John and Mike, they saw all those ridiculous screens and they're like, "You're never going to be able to do this. This is just an absolute ridiculous fantasy that you think of." But I ended up figuring something out, created an algorithm, and well, now I use it for my investments. It's all a learning process. I cover that inside of the book as well, but it's in the middle section, closer to that execution stage, which I am currently sitting in and actively executing on. And that just goes out to the next thing where it's literally driving out of that gate, driving out of the Fort Riley gate. I was so happy to leave the service. I was so just completely thrilled to never have to worry about going to PT in the morning again, to never having to answer phone calls at midnight for somebody who might have gotten drunk, gotten a DUI, or gotten arrested. I was just so happy that my life was about to begin. How little did I know? Oh my God. I cannot even understate how little I knew getting out of the service just because SFL Tap didn't provide the information. Most of the people that I was friends with, they didn't understand because they were still in the service. And most of the people who had gotten out before me, well, they didn't have the information either. So I had to figure most of this stuff out. It was literally just a pivotal moment that is going to absolutely change my life and absolutely will change others' lives because it's all included in the book. And again, wasn't all rain and sunshine. I lost that money right up front. That was the very first thing I did as a veteran getting out of the service. I lost that money, had no disability, had to figure it all out myself, and had to go ahead and try to go from nothing to something, to make sure that I could prove myself to be a winner, which everyone told me getting out, you're making a terrible mistake, terrible decision. You're a great officer. You should stay in. You should never leave. You should go the full 20 years and retire. Well, unfortunately, medical conditions kind of prohibited that, and I deal with them every single day. So it was literally the choice of getting out or leaving in a wheelchair. So I chose the option of getting out. So that's what we did. And that was my low point. Had to fight through it for 2.5 years. I'm summarizing all that information in the beginning chapters of that in the book so that you guys can go ahead and follow some of those steps by steps. And that's when I vowed. Absolutely. 2.5 years ago, when I actually, a year and a half ago, at my 2.5 year mark, when I finally got my 100% permanent and total disabled status, I vowed that I was going to change things for veterans because literally SFL Tap had failed me. All the information out there had failed me. The abundance of Facebook information had failed me. Tons of misinformation all over all the social medias. Boots to business had not worked for me. Literally everything that I had tried had failed. But I had decided I'm going to create the plan. I am going to create this life plan. 2021, after the whole COVID thing was finally starting to slow down, I am going to create this plan so that any veteran can legitimately pick up this book, just take action on the TTPs and be able to produce similar results. Like you can see, a beautiful beach right there in Costa Rica. It was literally our first port that we went to, Drake Bay. Definitely recommend going. You can see live humpbacks there, especially in that September timeframe. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. We legitimately had a baby pop his head up right next to the boat. Things I could not have imagined while in the service because, well, one, I probably wouldn't have even got the time off, and two, well, I probably would have been deployed on another training rotation or getting ready for an NTC. So these are things that I wanted to share with veterans regarding benefits, regarding starting your business, regarding your disability status, what you can do with it in government contracting, how that affects your SBA, how that affects everything else it's legitimately the plan that I am executing day by day. So From Service to CEO, that's the book. It is legitimately my formula that I found, my blueprint that I am so thrilled to share with you today. It is absolutely going to change your life. And that is my guarantee, that each of the chapters has information that you would never have gotten from any of the separation information that is out there. It is information that you can only learn by doing, and I have done, so therefore it is in the book. And I even included the steps that my mentors are driving me down so that I can go ahead and go from that 7-figure mark to that 8 to that 9, because 8 is pretty much already predetermined. It's going to happen. As long as I keep going the current trajectory, it's going to happen. 9 figures, now that requires a business, that requires a team, that requires effort, and that requires the last chapters and TTPs of the book. So it is legitimately what I am going to execute on, so you guys can see live as it's going how it's being done. And again, Blueprint isn't just for me. It's for every veteran out there, because you guys can all do the same thing, legitimately do all the same thing. That's why I wanted to put it into word form, so that you guys could just literally pick it up, be like, oh, hey, here's my plan. I have to go ahead and write in the book, change a few small things about exactly what you need to do. And I appreciate everybody on Facebook. Unfortunately, I can't send you messages on StreamYard, so I do see them coming through. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm super thrilled to be able to give this to you guys, because it's legitimately the blueprint, the foundation for everything that I'm doing. But beware, there are villains out there. There are a lot of fakers out there. There's a lot of scams out there. There are people that will take your money for your disability status. And we legitimately just interviewed a guy who had gotten scammed for quite a bit of money. It was multiple 5 figures. You can see the interview. It's going to be up on our Facebook groups, and on our Facebook group, as well as on our Instagram. There are so many scammers out there that my book aims to debunk, because I want to go ahead and just help veterans without the cost of $6,000, without the cost of potentially multiple 5 figures that some veterans have to go ahead and deal with. It's absolutely shameful that there's people out there like this, but that's what the book is out there to go ahead and prevent. And in the book, I share my pivotal tips. I literally share my pivotal TTPs, and I'm sharing that with you today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. It's going to be on the digital copy. You guys can order it as soon as the QR code pops up, and it's coming. I legitimately cannot wait to share this with you. This will be the digital copy. This will be literally a one-time offer. I can't offer it any lower, because, well, Amazon won't let me. They legitimately will not let me offer it for this price for as long as they want me, as I want to. But it's going to be there. You can go ahead and click on the button, and it'll give you that access to the book, the digital copy, and all the free updates. Because already, after releasing this book, after doing the edits, I already have to update it to version 2. So you guys will see the live updates for free. And again, remember, this is not just a book. This is my plan. This is everything that I am planning to do, everything that I have done, everything that I will do in order to achieve what my goal is. And my goal is now 9 figures. I am going to aim towards that 9 figures. Hell be absolutely be damned. It's going to happen. I just have to put in the effort. So this is the exact plan I want you guys to go ahead and go through, and just have that step by step. Make the changes on the digital copy when you get the Kindle. Once the hard copy is available, order the hard copy. Make the changes on the hard copy. Highlight it. Tab the book so that you guys can find those individual TTPs that you need at the time of starting each of your steps. That is what this book is for. And these will be the secrets unveiled to you. Now, just for today, as a token of gratitude, we have fought with Amazon, absolutely fought them to get it down to a 99-cent digital copy with all updates. This is for you guys. If you scan that QR code, that will take you straight to the Kindle page. This is the lowest we could possibly get it and still sell it on Amazon. It's going to be available in hard copy via a different method, but right now you can get it today, 99 cents, digital copy. I can only offer this for a short period of time because we legitimately had to fight to get it down there just because of the size of the book. It's a 650-page book. So they wanted a lot higher of a price for it. But we fought. I'm going to eat the cost because I truly think that this book can help a lot of people. And this is the original digital copy. So you guys will see it as it updates, and it's just going to give you all that information straight up. I will go ahead and I'll post this QR code actually in the Facebook group, so you guys will see it there as well. And every single copy of this book comes with my personal guarantee. If it doesn't guide you, I will give you every cent back. No problems. Because if you follow the steps in there, I truly believe that anyone on there can achieve the things that are possible. Literally see these beautiful beaches, travel all over the world, using your veteran benefits, having that maximum disability so that you guys can start those businesses, live your dreams, live overseas, not pay taxes to a government that is currently changing to not value veterans, and then absolutely push forward in everything that you want to do on your business endeavors. That is what I want you to do. So if you cannot follow this guide and you cannot make it happen for yourself, every penny back. No problems. That is my guarantee because I know it works. I'm doing it live. And I legitimately think it will help every single one of you out there. Last thing I want to say is thank you for joining me. So let's embark on this journey together. Let's maximize those benefits. Let's go ahead and start this book and live all the TTPs. And thank you, Facebook, for all the messages. I'm seeing them all just pumping. It's absolutely ridiculous how much support you guys are providing. I truly cannot wait for this to help so many veterans answer the questions that I can't answer every single day because I only have so many hours in the day. But that's why I created this book. So thank you, veterans out there. Thank you, service members. Thank you for the family members who support the service members out there. Send this link to somebody who could use it. And then once the hard copy is available, I will post that in the Facebook as well. And you can get your collector's edition hard copy, which will be delivered to you. And you can take those notes. You can create that plan. You can update the book to fit yourself. It's literally just there so that you guys can follow that plan. Now, there's one more secret I want to go ahead and unveil. I'm working with some very, very, very insanely connected and very well networked people who are coming together to bring legal advice, foreign advice, living overseas, financial advice that I would have never known, government contracts, legitimately fixing your mental health. This is a program that I am fully supporting. That's why I want to go ahead and put it out at the end of the book launch here so that you guys can go ahead and see what's coming up. It's an Instagram group for now, and there is a link so that people can go ahead and pre-order. But this is the course that is going to be direct coaching with myself as well as multiple members of the entire team that I'm putting together to help you do the same thing that I did, because that's the guidance that was missing. So the book is step 1. The coaching is going to be step 2. And what do we call that? Well, see, until I legitimately did it while in Costa Rica, the military millionaires method. It is literally the military millionaires on Instagram. Go ahead and scan this QR code. You're going to meet experts in real estate. You're going to meet legal experts who specialize in visa and real estate law. You're going to meet financial experts who can help you legally avoid taxes and not have to pay taxes, a lot like I did, as well as learning the foreign earned income exclusion, learning how to get contracts overseas, basically getting those jobs, because we are directly connected with several groups of CEOs who have jobs available overseas. So you can literally do the same thing I'm doing, following the step-by-step plans, the TTPs inside of From Service to CEO. But this is the coaching. This is literally the step-by-step guides, meetings 5 times. We have a 5-week program, 5 pillars. I've described them all throughout this briefing. So join us over there on the Instagram. There will be a link for the military millionaire method. It is the program that we are putting together, Triple M, so that you guys can follow the book step by step, but have that live advice, the thing that I never had. This is what I want you guys to have. So I will go ahead and I will share that inside of the Facebook group as well. I hope you guys have gone ahead and clicked that link for the Amazon pre-order. We literally had to fight them every inch for that. So it is just something that I'm so happy to bring to you guys. I've taken 30 minutes of your time, so I really hope it was worth it. I'm just absolutely thrilled to be out here helping you. Jet lag be damned, because I just got back, so I'm literally just completely exhausted, but this had to be done. I had to get this information out for you guys. So it's out there. I hope you guys got some value from it. I will post all of those QR codes as well as the links inside of the Facebook group. Just go ahead and order that book now while we can keep the price where it is, because I think it's going to change lives. I truly think it's going to change lives. It is the plan I wish I had. So, going to go ahead and sign off, guys. Get your copy. Peace.